Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're doing a Fiddlesticks coaching session. Just keep in mind, Shy Guy for this one. This is going to be a normal game, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't think Shy plays ranked or doesn't play a lot of ranked yet. So take it easy in the comments if you can. We're going to be helping him out here. We're going to be looking at Fiddlesticks. This is patch 9.2, the first patch of Season 9. Right off the bat, I would say you want to take Ignite in the laning phase. It'll help make sure that you get some kills and just so that you have threat. If you don't have Ignite a lot of times, then the enemy just doesn't even really have to respect your damage a lot. Like, Barrier seems like it could be good, when you ult in to make sure that you don't die. But you really want to have that Ignite just so that you can fight if you need to fight. In the bot lane, because if they have Ignite and you don't, it can be rough, especially because your barrier isn't going to help your AD carry if they ignite your AD carry and focus him down. So barrier is really only something that you want to take in very specific circumstances, like maybe a Soraka or something. It's because of kind of her kit and how she works. Okay. Good little setup there. I do think Aftershock is the most standard rune to take. Something like Comet or Airy can work too for a lot of harass early, but Aftershock does allow you, whenever you fear somebody, to get that little bit of extra damage, or to get that extra bit of tankiness, I mean, so that you don't die before you get Hourglass. Good. Yeah, you just want to walk up and be as aggressive as you can.
Purge with silver.
Renekton's middle will be coming down. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just spam E here. Not a ton to say. Renekton's just hard camping middle. You got fear. Okay, you feared the bard or something. Okay, she got out. Okay, good. Draven's up a ton of CS right now, which is good. We don't know where Renekton. I think he was top maybe, but someone pinged it, but I didn't see him up there. Renekton's middle again. Speed this up. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to improve on here. It's pretty much spammy on the minion wave and keep pressuring. Be aware of the juggler, but then after Vayne died, then he tries to gank. I mean, 2v1, y'all can definitely beat him. He's really far behind. I probably would have gotten boots in here somewhere. I know you're rushing. It looks like you're rushing Hourglass ASAP, which is good. But you really need boots. Both to get into position, but also to run people down. Nice. Sometimes Sork boots is good. I think a lot of people do Moby boots on him, but you got about 10 seconds on ult. I would probably go out of vision here. I would run away. Like, oh. Okay. Well, Renekton could have W'd you instead of Draven to stop that ult, but it probably wouldn't have mattered with Sejuani there anyways. Nice. Yeah, I maybe would have just come over here, like, just fade out of vision and come over here and try to ult out of this bush. Or even better, like, go over here and ult out of this bush. I mean, the play ended up working, but in general, if your ult is up, you know, you want to try to be out of vision and let them think you're not going to be there and then ult in and get those kills every time your ult's up. You have Revitalize in his mastery. Does it help him? Yeah, it gives him a ton of extra healing off his passive. That's pretty standard. I think everybody's going to recommend Revitalize on Pike.
Turret plating will soon fall.
No. If you don't play as whatever that role is, it doesn't count towards your games as that role. So if you're in your promos for support and you get placed as some other role, then it does not count as your support promos. I mean, I think Nami's a pretty aggro rank, like, early game. We could try some, you know. I could play, like, Nautilus or something. It changes the amount of healing conversion that you get off the gray health. So whenever the gray health converts over to healing, it improves that amount. Conversely, you can dodge if you get auto-filled and it won't affect your promo games either. Well, actually, that's not true. If you dodge, I think it counts as a dodge for all of your ranks. Okay, let me go back and see it. Talking with the chat there. So don't dodge, because I think a dodge affects every single one of your rolls, loses LP if you dodge. So that'll dodge you out of a promo game. So don't dodge, but just play it and it won't affect your promo. Or it shouldn't. I haven't had that situation show up, but I can't imagine that it would. Yeah, y'all are just pushed up way too far. And you should be looking to make plays with that Fiddlesticks ult. So once again, whenever that ult is up, you want to try to be out of vision, making a play. So, like, if you wanted to push up with them there, you should have tried to sneak, like, here maybe, or, like, into this bush. But in general, you know, pushing up that far to the tier 2 before you get the tier 1 down is typically a pretty bad idea, because then they can collapse in and get behind you a lot easier. Nice. Thanks, Div Shadow. Yeah, we could do Zyra also if you want to, Roach. I mean, hell, if I'm losing anyways, I could get some practice in with Braum. I don't think that Braum's amazing most of the time, but, like, maybe with losing. What do you got here? Hourglass boots. I would definitely get boots too before you start getting your next item after Hourglass. I would definitely get like mobility boots, because this is starting to get pretty clowny. Like, everyone's just kind of running around doing random stuff, and you really need mobility boots for that. Okay, so Riven's over there. God, the outplay. I'm not sure if he... Maybe beat him. If he saves his stun to stun you out of your thing... Yeah, here comes Ahri. I just think it's going to take you too long a lot of times to kill him. And if he doesn't, like... He's probably not going to stick around. Like, you can't force him to stick around to kill him, and it's going to take forever. So I just probably wouldn't even do it, because if he's staying around, he's just trying to, like, stall you out until someone else comes over there, like Ahri or, you know, Renekton or Riven or whatever, so... And if he wants to get away, he's going to get away. So yeah, I would have just run away from that situation. Because I don't think there's any good outcome there. It's just risk. Silas.exe error. Yeah. Okay, good. You did get the mobility boots there. I think that'll help out a lot. Hear her. Okay. I feel like you could have ulted in there earlier. Like, this might work, but... Yeah, so let's back up and look at that real quick. Oh, wait, when did you ult? Am I just blind? Where's the client glitch? Okay, the client's glitched on the ult timer. Okay, here we go. Someone asked about skipping divisions and win streaks. Usually that's only very early in the season, like your first 30 games or something. Maybe, but they don't really tell you like specific mechanics about skipping divisions. It doesn't happen very often unless you have like a million game win streak. Okay. So like here we see these two guys are coming over. Y'all are about to dive. Yeah, I do think stepping up and clearing the Ahri is a good thing. Alright, they're going around the sideway. Okay, so when... Oh, never mind. Once they start coming in here... Fear her if you can. If you can't... Alright, right... Like, I would be looking to ult somewhere in here while you have a little bit of distance. Like, I would probably be looking, like, in that situation, I would look to run to, like, maybe this wall and try to ult over this wall. Set that up. Just, like, try to find a wall if your ult's up here. So, like, either here or here. I mean, you can ult in the middle of the lane. Like, maybe just ulting right here is okay as well. It's dangerous, though, because we don't know where their top laner... Well, their top laner's dead, I guess. Yeah, I would have ulted somewhere earlier. Even, like, right here is probably okay to ult. I don't know the status of Vayne's condemn. She could condemn you out, but then she would have to step close enough to do that, and these guys might kill her if she does that, so... I think that, like, ulting, like, right here, that would look good to me. Because she's already used her tumble. Renekton's out of range unless he flashes to stop you in time, probably. So I would have probably, like, ulted right here. So, like, either ult right there, or, like, if you were in position here, you could have ulted over the wall right there, or ulted over this wall. Or if you did want to ult right here, instead of ulting in place, ulting a little bit forward. It's still a little on the risky side, but... Okay. Fear. Okay, nice. Surgeon. Yeah, you're leveling up the right stuff. What's up with these summoner names? Yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting ones in here. Yeah. I don't know what's up with those names. I probably wouldn't get Haunting Guys here for Leandres just because, like, you're pretty much like a burst champion. Like, you're not going to be able to activate that early, and you're not looking for long fights. You know, you're looking for the fight to be over, like, when your ult's done. So I would probably just get a, you could either get an Oblivion Orb to start with, which is probably the best choice for maximum kind of like gold efficiency and burst damage, or you could start working towards something like a like either a Shirelia's or a the Ghost item. Ghost would help you scout a little bit so you don't get blown up in the jungle, but y'all have pretty high priority right now. Like, you're winning all of your lanes, you've got all the map pressure, so you may not need the Ghost as much, so maybe something like Shirelia's. Just something like that. Some utility AP item is probably going to be better than Leandre's. I would have stayed in this bush. So, like, one thing, when your ult's ready, like, you want to stay out of vision as long as possible. Okay. Nice. That's good. I guess that works, too. Oh, whoa. Okay. But to say good dodge, and then you walked back into it, and then that was going to be bad, and then you flashed it. So that was a good little sequence of events there. Yeah, Twin Shadows. I was thinking of. But I think probably Oblivion Orb would be the standard that you could get after that, just for the pin. It's such a strong item, even after the nerf. 15 spell pin is just really, really strong. Especially on a champion like Fiddlesticks that has really high base damage. Okay, so so just to kind of sum that up there, I think, I mean, overall it was a really good game. Like, there weren't any, like, major mistakes. I think that one thing to sort of consider a little bit more is, like, trying to use that ult more. Like, you did use it a lot, but there were a couple of times where you're sitting on it and just looking for those, like, walls where you can hide, right? So just, like, trying to, you know, dip behind a wall whenever you have an ult. If a team fight's breaking out, see if you can be, like, positioned behind a wall. But just, like, you know, walking up and ulting where people see it right in the middle of a fight, like, that does work sometimes. You can just brute force your way into it, especially if you have something like a Sejuani that can CC him and hold him in place. But a lot of the times you want to be sweeping and buying a lot of control wards and trying to set up, you know, place it and, like, predicting where they're going to be and then set up and be there first, you know, in a bush. So a good example is kind of top lane. Instead of just, you know, walking around with your team and maybe autoing attacking the tower every now and then, just, like, setting up an ambush, like, you know, from behind where the Gromp was, for example, so you could ult over that Gromp wall when someone comes there. Or just, like, in the bot lane that one time when Sejuani was waiting in the bush, like, if you would have just circled out, like I said, just kind of rotate around and either go into the river bush or go into the lane bush if it's not warded, and just kind of wait with the Sejuani, then they all would have gone on the Draven if they didn't have it warded, most likely. And then you could have ulted out of the bush. You guys did walk away with 1 kill, but I feel like if you got the jump on them like that, you would have had a chance for multiple kills. So Fiddlesticks is really all about getting those sneak attacks. But other than that, I mean, it was good. You were fearing priority targets, just auto-pushing the lane, didn't die to a gank. So, and then you're, you know, we talked about the taking Ignite over Barrier. I would have maybe gotten mobility boots a little bit faster. So definitely boots 1, your brown boots, before you complete Zanya's. But then after Zanya's, like you were really like rolling in the gold because your team was knocking down a lot of towers. You're getting a lot of kills and assists. So you could probably afford to rush Zanya's there. But a lot of times you might have to get like the CDR item off of Zanya's and then go for your boots, like your mobility boots, and then finish Zanya's after that. Yeah, mobility boots are pretty important. Hey, thanks for the sub, Unknown. I appreciate it. Yeah, overall, good game. I think that's just pretty much the main things I would work on is just positioning with ulti, like trying to use that every time it's off cooldown. Maybe tinkering with the buy order a little bit, although I do agree with most of the items that you buy. Like, you want to rush Zanya's. And then considering probably going Oblivion Orb after that. But yeah, overall good game. So thank you very much. Anyone else out there that would like a coaching session, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'll have a link to the coaching playlist in the description if you want to watch more coaching sessions. And be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Come check out the stream. Starts most nights around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you next time.